everybody and welcome to One Player. May I take this opportunity to wish everybody a very happy new year. Today we are playing Onirim. I've had a couple of requests on the channel to look through Onirim and a few of its expansions. Well, luckily here we are. 7 of them right in this very box. And the cool thing about this is that we can add pretty much any expansion we want to the base game at a time. So we can play with 1, we can play with 3, we can play with all 7 if we wanted to get incredibly complicated. And what I'll probably do is go through them one at one to make this maybe a series if you guys are interested in seeing how they all play. And maybe we'll do some combinations as well. But I figured for the first video, for folks who aren't familiar with Onirim, I'd probably play through a couple of rounds of just the basic game, and then maybe cover one expansion in this video as well. So I've just got to show you this too. Look at that, it's really neat. Look, there's a little monster when you open the box. So adorable. And there's the rule book. I thought that was pretty cute. Anyway, for the uninitiated, Onirim is a solo card game. You can play it with 2 players as well, cooperatively. And we are facing off against the Labyrinth. We are trying to find the 8 door cards within this deck in order to make our way out of said labyrinth. And we do that by playing the cards in our hand, these location cards, down in sets of 3s of matching colors. So for example, 1, 2, and 3rd red card would allow me to go and find the red door and add that to my collection, I suppose, and once we've collected all 8, we're good to go. We only get 1 chance, however, to go through the deck, so there's there's a built-in timing mechanism. And I'll get into the other kind of nuances of it as we go through. We'll probably pull it's a pretty simple game, so we'll probably get in front of most of the rules just by starting to play. And you guys know that I kind of prefer to do that anyway, rather than just sitting here and reading you the rule book. So why don't we just take a turn? During a turn, we can either do one of a few things. We can play a card, we can discard a card, and so for now we'll start playing. We'll play a card in here and we'll add it to our labyrinth. That's going to essentially expand across the table in front of us. Yeah, the other rule to note here is that we cannot play 2 cards with a similar symbol next to each other. So while I said I needed 3 red cards, I couldn't play, for example, 3 red suns next to one another. It would have to be a sun, a moon, and then either another sun or a red key, which is another type of location card. I'll place down the red sun for now, I think. And then once we've placed our card or discarded, we're going to pull a card to fill our hand. We've pulled a blue key, which is, that's okay. The hope is that we'll pull another red card after we place this one down, and we'll be able to complete our door. We were not. This is a nightmare card, and what did I tell you about getting in front of the rules nice and quick? This is one of the cards you do not want to pull. There are 10 of these in the deck, and what this does is force us to make a choice essentially of kind of a punishment of running into a nightmare. We'll put the nightmare in the discard pile for now. We can do one of, I think, 3 things. We can either discard our entire hand and pull a new hand of 5 cards. Only locations, it wouldn't count if we pulled another nightmare or another door. We'd have to resolve the nightmare, but we'll get into that again. I can discard my hand. I can just discard the top 5 of here. If I like my hand but want to bet that I can, there's something worse on the top, I can get rid of 5 cards here, or I can discard a key. Now, the keys are useful because they give us access to the doors quicker, I suppose, if we pull one from the deck. But for now, that's what I think I will do. So I'll get rid of this key. We're on 3 cards, so I have to refill my hand back up to 5, and lo and behold, we have another nightmare. So now, I can either discard my hand, I can discard the top 5 cards, or I can discard a key, which I now do not have. What I will do, I think, because I'm looking for reds, I think I'll get rid. Now, the other thing to know is that there's varying numbers of cards in the colors. So red, I think there's 16 cards in the deck. I think it's then blue with 15, 14 and 13 respectively for green and white. So to get rid of a white or a green card is a bit risky, but we'll try it. Let's pull 5 new cards and see what we get. Well, okay, this is where all the red cards are hiding then. Alright, that's about as good as that hand could have been, so I'm feeling fine about that. So what we'll do is we will put down a nice red sun. That will give us a row of 3 red cards, which will allow us to go find a red door. And they look just like that. That's our red door. We'll put it on the pile. And again, there is 8, 2 of each color. And we have to get all 8 before the deck runs out to win the game. What I will say in this game, there is a lot of shuffling. I'll probably get lazy later on and just start throwing cards back in the middle. You know, just do a single cut shuffle. And for now, I'm thinking about sleeving them up. They've got a weird kind of texture. They're really nice quality, but they've got a weird kind of texture to them, which I feel is a bit strange. I think I'm going to start sleeving them up, especially given, you know, 1, all the shuffling, and 2, they kind of feel a bit funny. Anyway. Onwards and upwards. We've got our first door. We've also hit our first 2 nightmares, but let's refill our hand to 5. And you know what? Even though the keys are very valuable in regards to deterring nightmares, I do spot the opportunity to play another 3 red cards over the coming turns, and just complete our red door search. Yeah. For good. I think I'm going to do that. So let's put down a red key. We've still got a couple of keys in our hand just in case a nightmare pops up. Now we've got 3 keys in our hand. And I think that's what I'm going to aim for. Yeah, you know what? I feel fine about this decision. That was nice and easy, nice and smooth, and we've got another red door. So, as you see, we're making decent progress. We've got our 2 reds there, and we don't have to do them in the base game. We don't have to do them in any order per se. You can just, you know, find whatever's in your hand and play from that. So it's kind of it's relatively flexible. Now, as you can see, we've got a bulk of green cards, and I think that'll probably mean that that's what we're going to focus on next. So we've got this nice moon, sun, moon pattern here. Now, once again, I couldn't play it like this, and nor I couldn't play it like this. I have to vary the symbols from card to card, and that should be fine. We'll put down a moon, and let's see, it's another sun. All right, I mean, we're just plowing through this. I like it. Putting down a sun here, and that's fine. We'll put down another moon, and that gives us access to a green door. So we will go and find that. And we're 3 doors in. I mean, that's not bad. And yes, again, so I'm shuffling after every door found. I'm shuffling after every door replaced, which hasn't happened yet, but I'll show you how it works when we get there. I've got 1 more card to put in my hand, and we've got a nice white run here. So you know what? I'll put that down too. So we've got a white sun. Again, I couldn't start with the moon because of the green moon we just played. Play down my white sun, pull another card. It is a nightmare. Okay, so it's about time probably. So, you know, because I have these 2 cards in my hand, I don't want to get rid of my hand. I want to make sure that I utilize this white card I've just played, especially after having discarded one already. Because think about it, if I've got 13 white cards total, I know I need at least 6 of them to get the doors through the labyrinth. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to discard this green key. That way the nightmare is resolved. I don't have to do anything else. Oh, and that's pretty nice too. Look at that. Yeah, okay. That feels good. I feel like I've made a good decision. We're going with the moon here. And we'll pull. And I'm going to go with another sun. Keep my key card for later just in case. And we've got ourselves a white door. Let's go find it. So you can see it's a pretty straightforward game, right? There's nothing too complicated about what we're doing. We're literally just finding, trying to place down cards in a row. There's still obviously strategy involved. I mean, you're always kind of like playing the odds. And if I play this all the way through, which I suppose I might, if we're going relatively quickly, especially when you get towards the end of the game, you're really trying to calculate your odds on pulling the card that you need. And this particular scenario gives us an interesting... Oops, I need to pull another card. This scenario gives us an interesting quandary as well. See, I could start... I don't need to start off another red card, so this one is kind of chaff in my hand at the moment. But I could start either another white row or another green row. Without knowing what's coming next, it's difficult to make that decision. And what I could do, though, is instead of playing, I can discard. So I will discard this card, which I no longer need. We've got our red cards out nice and early. And I can discard and refill my hand with this blue. Not the best, because now we really are just kind of, well, we're just not sure what's going to happen at all. We've got, of course, a lower chance of pulling a white, kind of, but we've already played 7. This is where card counting might come in handy, but that's, as I've explained on the channel many times, that's not me. It's not how I play. It's not how my mind works. I can't hold that many things in there at once. At the moment, I mean, our best chance is white. We have 2 white cards. These 2 greens obviously cannot be played together because they're 2 suns. We've only got 1 blue, so we don't know what's going to happen there, really. Let's start and see if we can carry on our white run. So this counts as the first card in another set of 3. It doesn't. We can't do 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 like that. Obviously, that would make the game relatively easy. We've pulled a blue card, and that's a bit frustrating. What I might do is get rid of one of these duplicates and see what's next. It's a green key. Okay. Now then, do we waste? Do we just? This becomes a waste, of course, if I play a blue on it. But do I want to really get rid of a key in the hopes that I can pull a white out of this next card? Okay, what I think I'm going to do, let's change tack, shall we? Let's change. You know why I say that? So if I put this down, but then I pull a white door on this card, which is unlikely but possible. If this is a white door, then I wouldn't have a white key to obtain it with, and it would just be a waste. So I still have a chance, if I keep this in here, to get a white door, even if I'm not currently working onto white through my labyrinth. I think that makes sense. We're going to put down a blue. Long story short, we're going to put down a blue, and hopefully this is it's not a blue. Okay, we're going to put down another blue, and hopefully this is a blue, which it is not. It's a white key, and that is frustrating. I suppose I'll discard this green card. That makes me a bit nervous. Oh, you jerk. Okay, now we are in a bit of a quandary, because these are quite, as we've mentioned, these are quite valuable. I don't really want to discard them, but I don't really want to keep discarding greens either. Oh, it's a blue moon. Look at that. You can't even play it. Ouch. Let's just... I feel a bit nervous about all these discards. Oh no. Let's see how many cards we've discarded so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's only... I think there's only 3 more green cards. There's only 3 more green cards in the whole deck. And that's a joke, because that's what we needed earlier. Do we abandon blue now and go back? Oh no, because we can't. We don't have a straight route to white now either, unless I played the key first, which I suppose I could. Oof, yeah, I think we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to cut our losses. That's lucky. Okay, we pulled our green door, so luckily we are carrying a green key. We can put the door in our pile as long as we discard the green key. We don't have to do that, but I don't see really ever why you wouldn't want to. And we obtain our green door, so that's nice, because now we've got both of them. This doesn't matter. All green cards are going to be chaff, and we can just get rid of them in order to get the hand that we want. There we go. That is fine. It's another white, and we'll... Oops, I need to pull to 5, sorry. That would have been really nice right there. Let's finish off our white doors, though. Got to be a nightmare coming up pretty soon, hasn't there? I mean... We've gone a while without one, I'm just saying. Let's find our white door, because we just got our 3 here. There's our white door. Give these a shuffle. See, we've burnt through quite a bit of our deck, but we are 6 doors down. Twice as good as the 90s rock band. Is that rock, really? I don't know. Rock. Pop rock. Yeah, pop rock. So we're twice as good as those guys. We've got 6 doors, and we have 2 to go. So, We're going to pull another card. It's a red key, which is a nice disposable key for us at the moment, same as our green one. We also don't need this white card either, which I will discard in order to try and get a blue, hopefully a blue moon. It's a red moon, so I will probably discard that as well. I'm guessing that there's got to be, yeah, okay, there you go. Nice. Very well predicted by myself. We've got a red, we've got a nightmare, but I can discard a card, a key, to get rid of it. Oh, look at that. We've got a blue door and a blue key. Nice work. So now what are we looking for? If we just got, oh, one more blue door. Okay, well that's easy. Easy, easy, easy. We're going to put this sun card down just to start off our blue run, hopefully. Okay, another nightmare, but we can discard this green key. We're doing pretty well this. I feel like this game's gone startlingly well. Oh, yes, there we go. We've got a nice blue moon, and as long as this isn't anything terrible, which it isn't, that is the game. We have got every single door, and we've only really, we haven't really got lost in our labyrinth, have we? We've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. We made this as the only card, that, oh, these three, I should say, the only cards that we actually went wrong with. And that's somewhat unusual, I think. Usually you kind of starting off different paths and then having to come back down. If you think about this as an actual maze, you know, I'm starting towards something and having to retrace my steps, change my goals. There you go, Onirim, 1 round, and that's how it works. So that was our basic game of Onirim. About 15 minutes. That's about right. That's what it says on the box. And we kind of played through. We didn't hit all of the rules, I don't think, but we hit most of them. You know, you got a general idea, I think, of how the game goes. And now we're going to get into the first expansion, which I shall read directly from the rulebook. The Book of Steps Lost and Found. Here's the book of expansions that comes with this particular version of the game. A book that guides the dreamwalker through the labyrinth following a predetermined path from the beginning. This obligation is compensated by spells paid with the detours and abandoned paths. What we have to do, we lay out these 8 goal cards and we have to obtain the doors in that order. We have 8 doors here, remember 8 doors in the deck, and we have to find the doors in here in the order shown on these cards. So what I will do is just lay them out, and no way is it going to be, okay, I was going to say that would be very strange if it was all doubles, which would be, I mean, I guess a bit weird, but oh yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, quite odd, but all right. Can we get all those on the camera? Yeah, okay, we can see them just about. Here are our goals. The spells that the rules mentioned there, the aforementioned spells, I should say, are notated on this spells card. So this paradoxical prophecy, we can look at the bottom 5 cards of the deck, place 1 on top, and the remaining 4 on the bottom in any order. This we're allowed to do if we discard 5 cards from the discard pile. If we discard 7 cards from the discard pile, we're able to swap goal cards, swap them in the row, if you will. That's been a very helpful rule for me in my previous playthroughs of this. And then for 10 cards discarded, we can actually negate the effects of 1 nightmare card. I'm going to throw this down here just so we can see it, but I've got the rulebook on the right, so I've got both in my head, luckily for me. We start off the same way. We've drawn 5 cards, 5 location cards. I should say when we're drawing the first hand, if we do pull nightmares or doors, we just have to shuffle them back into the deck. We don't get any gimmies, and we don't get any, well, you wouldn't be able to resolve a nightmare card if you pulled it from the first hand anyway. So anyway, we've got 1 of each, and we are looking, of course, for green first, so that's probably what I will put down. Now, again, this expansion, or this extra rule, I guess, well, it makes things interesting. It does prompt you to probably want to discard more than you play, which is interesting. But also you can see that, especially with the white door, the 2 white doors quite far toward, this one right at the end, this one kind of further towards the end, in the second half at least. I'm going to be trying not to discard as many white cards, because obviously if I get here and I don't have any left in the deck, then that's going to be a bit of a problem. So regardless, let's just start playing, and this will be the start of my labyrinth. Just to make sure that's on camera, because I recognise that my basic one was a bit jankety. So let's pull a card and see what happens. It is a blue. What do we know? We know we've got more red cards in the deck than anything else. So this is probably an opportune time to discard a red card. I'm going to look for something else, and there we go, we've pulled our first nightmare. Well, we don't have 10 cards in our discard pile yet to negate the effect. Given I'm going for green, and I don't have any greens in my hand, it feels like probably for me the best thing to do would be to discard all of these and just draw a new hand. Even though 2 of them are white, I don't want to risk there being any greens in here and just missing them. So let's get rid of all of these. Pull 5 cards. Again, if these are doors here or nightmares, we do have to resolve them one way or another. Now that's fantastic, because look at that. If we'd have discarded 2 green cards, I would have been pretty upset. So we now have enough to complete our first green door, so that's good. And we're going to shuffle this from the limbo pile here back into the deck. I should say, if I'd have pulled a green door there and a green key, I could have obtained the door immediately from the limbo pile. But because it was a red door, I could have discarded a red key, but it wouldn't have made any sense, because I'm not able to obtain the doors out of order. Yeah. Hey, so now we're actually in business. We've got a moon down, we're going to play a sun down, and then hopefully round it off with a green key. Yes, and we will do just that. We're going to flip over this card, and we're going to find the green door to go with it, just to take it out of the deck. And we can either place it to the side or place it, wherever. It doesn't really matter. There it is. All right, so we've got our green door complete. Now we need to complete our second green door. So let's more of the same, please. I've got 4 cards, and none of them are green, and one of them is green. So you know what? Why don't we place that down there? I'll pick up another, and we've got another green sun, which isn't really going to help me very much. Maybe before placing this, I should have thought about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 cards in our discard pile thus far. Now I could take the gamble that there's one of the green cards that I need on the bottom 5. I don't know how likely that is, but I could. Of course, I could also wait until I've got a 7 and then move one of these cards, but because I've already started with my greens, I'm not too keen on doing that. I don't really want to waste it just yet if I'm not desperate to. Of course, I could discard one of these blues or reds and see if that works out. Why don't we do that first? Let's just see if I can get a green out of luck. I cannot. Okay. Why don't we get rid of then? I'm going to get rid of 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now these exit the game completely, so I can't get them back or anything like that. Not that you could get them back anyway, but regardless. They're gone, they've been discarded. Now I'm going to take the bottom 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pray that one of them is a green card, which it is not. Oh my god, 2 nightmare cards right at the bottom. Okay, we're going to place one at the top and 4 at the bottom in any order. Well, I think I'll place the nightmares right at the bottom just because, yeah, that seems like a good idea. And I'll place the blue key on the top, and we'll maybe keep a key in our hand for some reason. I don't know. Ugh. Not really a fan of that, but there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. What are we going to get rid of here? We're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of this blue moon. We're going to pick up the blue key. I think we're going to get rid of the red moon and hopefully please be a green. Oh, it's a nightmare. All right, well, we're going to get rid of this blue key then. I think this green is really, this green feels important, but maybe it's just a kind of a sunk cost kind of thing. But let's do that. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Well, that is quite bad. We don't have 10 cards in here, do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Oof. Okay. Well, you know what? Both of my keys are all gone. Now I've got to pull 4 more cards. 3, 4. That is terrible. Oh no, I'm getting absolutely battered by nightmares. Let's discard this key, I guess. And we don't have a green key, unfortunately, in order to obtain the next door. So I think we're gonna have to we're gonna have to keep drawing until we get to 5. Oh my god. Okay, still going. That's what I wanted. We're finally there, although we've eaten up a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to shuffle all these back in. We've got 12 cards in our discard pile, so we do have enough to shuffle one around if we wanted to. Interesting. So, let's play down our moon and hope that there's... Stop it! Stop! No. You stop. I think the only way to do this is to get rid of 10 cards from here, because honestly I don't want to discard any more cards. I'm sick of that. I don't want to get rid of my sun card, given I've held on to it for like 10 rounds now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards discarded, and we can negate one of the nightmare cards that we just pulled. There's our green door. Well, that's completely useless, but... Oh, get out! Okay, we've got another nightmare, so what the heck do we do now? I think we have to... We definitely don't have 10, do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, no. I think we have to get rid of these next 5. Oh my gosh, we've absolutely demolished the deck. Again, if any of these are doors or nightmares, we have to take them, but they're not. Oh my god, oh, come on, please. Yeah, this is where I'm going to get lazy and just kind of throw these back in, because I can't be bothered to shuffle anymore. You're done. Just leave us alone, alright? Bloody hell. Alright, we've got our green door, so we can flip this and go find the one I just placed back in there. Wow, I mean, I'm not even sure we've got enough cards in the rest of the deck to actually get any of these. We've spent so many cards to get these 2 greens. Oh my goodness. Alright, we've got 5 cards in our hand, and we cannot play this red card, so that's a bit of a shame. I suppose I could discard the... I mean, you know what the good thing is? I suppose we've probably run out of most of our nightmares at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to pay 7. I'm going to switch this blue for this red, and that way I can actually start playing down a blue. And then I'm going to play down this blue, and God help me, it's another nightmare. We're going to get rid of all of these, because that's just what's going to happen. 2, 3, 4, please be a blue. Oh, it's a blue sun. That's exactly what I don't need. Well, you know what, I can get rid of this green card, because we don't need it anymore. So let's just discard that. Blue sun, blue moon, that's what I meant, and yes it is. Fantastic. One more, we found a blue door. Goodness gracious me. Let's, oops, come on. Flip that, do the old, we go, we know we've got that, and I'll do a little shuffle. Whew. Okay. We're looking thin, I'll be honest. We're looking a bit thin. We're gonna have to have some things go right for us, I think, over the next few rounds. I suppose I could check how many nightmares have come through. 1. It feels like a lot, but maybe it's not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it is a lot. So 8 out of 10 nightmares have already been spent. So actually that's not too bad. Now I just need to hope that the luck is on my side to draw what I need when I need it. I'll play down this red sun. We are shooting for this red door next. Oh, you beauty. I can play this red key. And then this red sun, and we have found a red door. Nicely done. So we are following the steps laid out by the Book of Steps Lost and Found. That's the name of the expansion. And we are halfway through. After a very sluggish start, things are decidedly looking up. I'm not necessarily optimistic that we're going to make it, but things are better than they were. Now then, I've got 2 green cards, and they're gimmies, aren't they? I could put down this white key, to start off this white one, but I'm going to hold on to it just in case I pull a white door. I'm going to get rid of this, and hopefully this is a white door. It's not. But I'm going to get rid of this green card as well, and hopefully this is a blue door, and that's not useful at all, so we're going to put that back in the deck. Well, no, we put it in the limbo, then I pull. Oh, it's a white key, and then I put it back in the deck because I have to shuffle it here. Getting these kind of things right, it's all in the details. Righty-o, we now do have an opportunity to get a white door, and I think I will take it. So let's put that down. Let's see what this is. Oh, well, there you go. It's a white door. So I'll discard this white key, I think. This white door will go here, and we'll flip this on over, and we're back onto reds. This was a bit of a waste and a bit of a shame, but hopefully that won't come back to haunt us. Yeah, we've got to pull 2 cards now, and we've got, hopefully, I'll play this red sun, and hopefully we get a nice red moon. Oh, okay, not what I was looking for. Okay, well that's fine. This is our 9th nightmare, and I think we've got 10 cards in here to deal with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do, we've got 11 cards in there to deal with it. We're going to discard 10 cards, play the spell, nightmare evaded, and we are good. Pull another one, it's a green card, but we will discard it, and that's a shame. I would really like it if this was a red key. Oh, ask and you shall receive. Boom, discard that. We've just found ourselves a red door. You know what? I said I wasn't optimistic, but we're 2 doors to go, and we're not looking too bad. I've got to find that. I think this is probably gonna. I think this is gonna be the death of me here. We've got a blue moon, so we'll play that first. Have we got a blue anything else? Oh, get out. Wait, why did I only have... Oh, I needed to pull another card, didn't I? I need to pull up to 5 before putting that down. So I should have done this. This will be my hand. So now I have to decide whether I'm going to get rid of these cards, all of them, or get rid of 5 from here, which feels a bit like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards. It feels a bit like a bit suicidal at this particular moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't have anything to deal with this nightmare card. It is our last one, of course, so that's nice. But getting rid of a third of the remaining cards seems like it could do a lot of damage to our chances. But, well, you know what? Here it is. What are the chances that I'm getting rid of 3 or more good cards, right? Because I've got 3 good cards here. I think I'm going to discard from the deck. I didn't do the math, honestly. I didn't find out the fractions, but the percentage chances or whatever. But I think I'm going to do this. Oh, I think that's going to hurt because I've got 2 whites and 2 blues in there. Oof. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I need to pull another one to... that's a pain too. Look at that. We've got a red sun, so I cannot play sun, moon, sun. For my blue. I can get rid of this, right? Yeah, I don't need this anymore, so I can just see what happens. Okay. I need this. I don't think there's any way around it. I'm going to need this. So I could, like, put this down and then play these 3, but to be quite frank, I think I need to hold on to this one. So I am going to play moon down first and then just hope that I can pull either another moon or another blue key. You're useless, so we'll discard you. You're a blue door, and that isn't helpful at all, because I don't have a blue key, unfortunately. Let's pull... It's red moon. Oh gosh, yeah, I think this is where the game is over for me. I think... okay, well that's interesting. Let's play this down. Come on, blue cards. Well, I suppose I don't need this anymore, do I? I'm literally looking for any other blue card other than that. So let's do that. Hopefully... Oh, no. I don't think I'm going to win. I don't think I'm going to win. That's a white door, and this is a blue door. Ah, look at that. I was quite close. I was basically pretty much like, what, one card away? Because if I got a blue moon, I could then have sun, moon, sun, white, and that would have worked. I suppose I wouldn't have had enough cards to refill my hand, so that would have been tough. Oh, that was close though. Goodness me, getting stuck on those greens to start with was tough. Ooh, that is the Book of Steps Lost and Found, expansion number 1 of the Oniverse, the Onirim universe. I do hope you've enjoyed the playthrough. This was one of the things that I've seen requested a couple of times. Is I'll play Onirim. I just got it, so you know there it is. I'll be honest. I've never really. I've always shied away from it, just because of the artwork, and that's a bit silly because it is it's a very abstract game. But I just didn't really feel like the artwork really spoke to me. As I've been playing the game, it's grown on me a little bit. I'm still not a massive fan, and I don't really care. You know, even the symbols, I'm like, the theme could be maybe better. I don't know, but as far as a game goes, I think it's actually it's quite a lot of fun. It's challenging, it's simple, and it's quite quick, which is also great because this type of scenario especially makes me just want to play again right now and see if I can beat it. So the replayability I think is really high, and that's been really cool. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you want to see kind of every so often a new Onirim expansion, let me know. If you've enjoyed this video, do drop me a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to hit subscribe. In 2020, I am going to attempt, and this is maybe a sign of my lack of discipline earlier on in the channel, but I'm going to try to stick to a pretty regular upload schedule. I mean, I'm saying that and immediately feeling nervous, but that is the goal. I'm going to try and get videos uploaded pretty regularly, pretty steadily, and not try to hit you with like 5 in a week and then none for a month. So I'm gonna do that. This could be a nice way to start that off. If you'd like to see more, and let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Again, drop me a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, thanks so much. I will see you later.